Okay, so I have all my artwork now, and now it's time to do animation. So one of the things that I'm going to do, and I'm sorry, I have to kind of make sure that I can see everything here. Hold on. Ugh. Okay. So I have clicked on this create frame. I have, instead of video timeline, I went to create frame animation. And this is a part that I always forget to do, but I have to click on this. Okay. And when I clicked on it, I was highlighted crack one. So that's my first thing that I'm going to see, right? So I'm going to do just a little bit of very basic animation here. So this is what this looks like, but I'm going to turn off the lightning bolt. Okay. So it just has the word crack. That's it. So now I'm going to take this and come over here to the plus to duplicate it. So here is the second crack, right? And so here I am, and I'm, kind of looking at where I am in my layers. So I am still here in crack one. Here is, I've just duplicated it. And what I can do is I can come here into movement. I can click on this and I can slightly move it up. Okay. So that's where I am. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to duplicate that again. And now I'm going to move it back down. So it's a little wobbly, if that makes sense. And so now I'm going to, okay, so here's crack one, two, back. And I wanted it to be kind of random. So I'm going to take it into another place now and crack one. And I'm going to put it down there. Okay. So I'm going to change all of these to 0.1 second, 0.1 second, 0.1 second, 0.1 second. I'm going to click on the first one and I'm going to see how this looks with my kind of my playhead here. Okay, so that's even before the cracks start, the license and the lightning bolts start, but that's kind of the start of my animation. So I have this kind of minimal animation here, and now I'm going to start adding the cracks, right? So I am going to add here, I'm just going to put a plus here. I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to um, visualize that. I have to kind of turn off my other ones. So I need to turn off my text. Actually, that's not the one I want. I want crack two. Okay. So that's what's going to be on my fifth frame. So now I'm going to add a sixth frame. I'm not going to have that. I'm going to have this. Okay. And now I'm going to add another frame. And for this one, I'm going to have turn off the visibility on 3, do it on 4. And now I'm going to add another one. And I'm going to turn off the visibility here. And I'm going to turn on the visibility there. Okay. And so, but then I have to reverse it, right? Because I don't want to go from the most crack to no crack, right? I want it to kind of loop. So here I'm going to add a plus here. And instead of crack 5, it's going to be crack 4. And then I'm going to do another plus. And then instead of 4, it's going to be 3. And then I'm going to add 1. And instead of 3, it's going to be 2. And then it will go back to, since it loops forever, it'll go back to my 1. So I'm fine there. Okay. So now what I need to do is add those lightning bolts. So let me go. Here's 4, here's 5. So here's 5, and I'm going to add my smallest lightning bolt there. So this is kind of helpful if I just say 5 has 2. I'm going to get a pen. Because it kind of makes sense because they have to sort of be similar. So frame 5 is 5 is color fill 2. Okay. And then I've got frame 6. I'm going to do color fill 3. And then I'm going to do frame 7 is going to be color fill 4. And then frame 8 is, I guess that's my last one. I thought that I did one other one. So wait, 7. Let me just make sure I've got this right. 7. Actually, yeah, it should be color fill 3. And then 8 is color fill 4. Okay. And then I'm going to go back, right? So 9 is going to be color fill 3. 10 is going to be color fill 2. Okay. So now let's go look and see what this looks like. So I'm going to use the playhead and do it. And I may want to adjust that. I'm looking at it and there's things I probably would have done differently, but that you get the general idea. So what I need to do now is come into here and export, save for web. And then I'm doing a GIF. So I'm making sure I have GIF selected here. I do save. And then I go into my other folder, which was graphic design, word art. And so this is going to be called different. So it's going to be Wilkerson K, and it's going to be word art. And it's images only. And I'm going to save it. And then I've got my GIF.